There's an awful lot more to Newry than meets the eye, you know. We have a tremendous history. The town was founded in 1144 around a yew tree, planted by St. Patrick himself. And don't worry about the cannon. It's not intended to scare you off. It's Russian and came from the Crimean War, and it was given to the town in recognition of Newry men who fought there.
Well, here I am in my own hometown of Newry, and of course this is the very famous Newry Market, the place to come if you want a good bargain. All the tourists come here because it's just got a friendly atmosphere of all the Newry people. And the only difference now is that there's even more tourists flocking. It's the greatest place to get a pair of tights, nice and cheap. That's where I buy my tights all the time.
What ahead, no fancy prices here.
Since I was a wee girl, I always fancied being behind the fruit counter, and I'm so excited because today I get me big chance. Catherine, am I doing all right? Am I doing all right?
Come on ahead, Rosemary. Shout a wee bit louder there.
Well, I'm not loud enough. Get your melons here now, everybody. Get your melons. That's loud enough.
Go on ahead,
I'm doing my best. Get your melons. Very cheap melons here, yes. I'll put them down here. Loads of mushrooms. Get your... Oh, yes, what's these things? A gooseberry. Do you remember the tights I was talking about? I got a brilliant deal on a lovely wee pair of black fish nets.
A wee present for you.
Oh,
Fish nets. I know you like those.
There's so much talent in Newry, with the singing, the music, the dancing, and of course the crack. We even have our own version of river dance, performed by the very talented Clanry dancers.
Of course, our cathedral is right in the heart of Newry, but one of the most famous businesses in Newry is Arthur McCann, the bakery. And of course, it's famous for its bread, its sweet cakes, and there are tours here where visitors can go every weekday. Of course, if you don't know where to go, all you've got to do is follow your nose, because the aroma is absolutely fantastic. All that lovely fresh bread. I'm off to get a sample.
They've been baking bread at McCann since 1837, and what's special about the bakery is that much of the produce is for export. What you're seeing here is the process for making the porter cake. It's made of Guinness and it's an original Newry recipe, sold right around the world. But no day trip here would be complete if you missed the boat across to Carlingford. This machine is normally hired out to anyone who likes fishing, and the lock's ideal for that, as skipper Oliver Finnegan told me.
The lock itself is quite famous, that it holds the Irish record for the largest tope ever caught in Ireland. The weight of the fish was 65.5 pounds. It was caught by a person called Cecil Young from Lisburn. And he still holds that record to this day.
My goodness, that's certainly the fish that didn't get away, eh? By boat it takes about a half an hour to get to Carlingford, and you can drive there in 20 minutes. The Cooley Mountains are absolutely beautiful, and Carlingford's best-known landmark is the medieval King John's Castle. Named after the English king who visited here, the castle guarded the entrance to the loch. There's something very French about the wee, quaint, narrow streets here, and the cuisine, well, you can get anything you want here.
Where would you find a restaurant that caters for all nationalities? Greek, Mexican, Thai, French, you name it, it's here, stuck up a side street. I've discovered it. Where else but in Carlingford?
McGee's Bistro was packed when I arrived, and you can get a fab meal for two here, including a bottle of wine for 20 quid. Do you know that day in Newry and Carlingford has made me quite dizzy, and I haven't even had a drink yet. But I'll be back, because there's just no place like home.